Test, test, test. All right, I'm just waiting for people in here and trying to see if I can find this on my phone. What the hell? I don't see it. Where on my phone? Oh, there we go. All right, just running a test on this just to make sure everything works correctly here, guys. I'm going to be doing a live show here tonight. Maybe this in my ear. Good morning, lyrical analyst or analyst. I won't be a judge of you either way. All right, that works. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing a live show during the game tonight. Little old school Archfiend, if you will. You can, as always, watch the game in my glasses. I'll wear my glasses tonight so you guys can watch the reflection of the game in my glasses, and then we can get over copyright like that as well. I'm just testing out. I have a Chromebook here that I was going to do the game from. I'm just testing it out here, so I apologize for that. I don't think this is coming over in high def. I don't think this has a high def camera. But anyways, I just wanted to make sure it was up and running. I didn't want to have to figure it all out tonight because it's the first time I'm using this Chromebook to try and do a live broadcast from. Anyways, online and looking fine. Sweeter than wine. If you have the time. It's kind of a slant rhyme there at the end, but whatever. So, yeah, I'm not planning on staying on long here, guys. So, hello, how are you doing? How's everyone doing who doesn't have to go to school right now? Let's all point and laugh at those that having to go to school right now. How about them Cowboys, right? Isn't that what you say after a win? I'd love to hate on them right now. And one of the things that has me bummed out about this season is I have a bad feeling in the pit of my gut that they might actually make it to a Super Bowl this year for no rhyme or reason or logic. And I know they have a team that's on paper worse, but I just think things are going to click for them this year. And, that's Archfiend's hot take. And then I'll go up back and beat myself with a wooden pole. Anyway, what are my quick thoughts on the fallout from the media scrum backstage fight? Okay, yeah, I'll do. You can ask me a question about anything. We'll just do like a random Q&A type thing here since I'm only going to be on for a little bit. The fallout so far is that it turns out that the CM Punk side of the story of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega bursting in, kicking down the door was completely fabricated, that didn't happen. The truth of it was that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, I'll just say the Elite, so I don't have to repeat names, that the Elite came in with the head of legal. I don't know what her title actually is. She's head of legal affairs for AEW, was with them, and that CM Punk was absolutely the one who threw the first punches, that Kenny Omega was bit by Ace Steel. Everyone is suspended indefinitely. I think you're going to find CM Punk be the only person that is gone from the company out of all of this, and rightfully so, because Tony Khan needs to get over just his outpouring love and fanboyism for CM Punk and just realize that he may bring eyes to the product, but he brings division to the locker room, and that is ultimately why he has to go. You can't keep a guy that divides the locker room, and a guy who you do keep, who I think people will leave the company just out of anger of Tony wanting to keep him. So that's what I feel about the fallout from the backstage fight right now. Obviously, there's been no ultimate decisions being made. CM Punk has a torn biceps from this. And if I can go off on like a little grammar note here for a second, I notice a lot of people say like torn bicep or torn tricep. Triceps. That's what he had, but that's my point. My whole misspeak there is the point I wanted to get at. A lot of people say like, he tore his tricep or his bicep. Like the word tricep and bicep don't exist. The singular of those nouns is triceps and biceps. That grammar Nazism aside, CM Punk has a torn triceps and will be out of action for like at least 8 months. So it's like, well, what do you do with him? Do you just say like, okay, you're indefinitely suspended, and then when that 8 months is up, you fire him? Whatever. This is an impromptu long box Tetris. Wow, that's a hell of a reference. I forgot all about the name of that. Long box Tetris. Holy shit, that's a hell of a pull there. That's a 2+2 Archfiend points for you, Miracle. Yeah, I guess this is. Am I still an Eagles fan? I will always be an Eagles fan. I am co-jointly a Jacksonville Jaguars fan this year because I have an ever-dying love and respect for Doug Peterson. I will root for him wherever he goes. So, my dark horse rooting interest in the NFL is the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, which, by the way, they beat some team that gave up on Carson Wentz yesterday. I forget who it was, but I don't think that other team managed to score a point. But anyways, didn't think the Cowboys was going to win. Yeah. Last night, my wife and I, we were celebrating our anniversary early. By the way, thank you for saying happy anniversary, everyone. Anyway, not that any of you knew that. We went out for an early anniversary dinner, and the whole time at dinner, like over my wife's head is a TV at the restaurant we're at. It has that damn Cowboys game on, and I'm just watching them win that whole game, and I'm just like, thank you for ruining my anniversary dinner, Dallas Cowboys. Thanks a lot. Now the Cowboys fans out there will be like, you helped ruin the Archfiend's evening. Anyway, I mean, not really. Just I'm not that caring about it. I already saw my team win the Super Bowl, and I saw the Dallas Cowboys win one in the VHS era. So, I'm fine with that. Wentz was horrible against the Lions in the first half. Yes, he was. He was. He had the traditional, I'll try and stay back in the pocket a little bit too long to try to make some. Oh, I got strip sacked, and then they got the ball and they gave up a safety. That's just going to be the quintessential moment for the rest of Carson Wentz's career. And it's weird because a friend and I were just watching the Blu-ray of the Eagles Super Bowl season that NFL Films released, and you're just watching all these Carson Wentz highlights, and it's like, what happened to that guy? What happened to that league MVP going into his injury against the Rams? It's like, damn, man, this guy got hurt and was never the same. Never the same. And like people, I feel that people lose sight of that and what a great quarterback he looked to be. Because even like in the division, like even the Cowboys fans in their heart of hearts, when they were watching him play that year, they were like, they got the better quarterback. I mean, we love Dak, but man, this guy is going to be well beyond what Dak will ever be. And now it's like, a couple of years later, and you're like, Jesus, Wentz just looks like he's going to be hot potatoed around to another team now. Okay, what else? Please make fun of the Bengals. We deserve it. The Bengals are pretty much what so many other previous Super Bowl teams were. The team that makes the Super Bowl and then just becomes irrelevant after. Like, what did the Carolina Panthers do after, from what I hear, Peyton Manning single-handedly beat them? But, let's forget the fact that he was benched that year, a healthy scratch. Actually, he was hurt, and Brock Osweiler was in, and they kept Brock Osweiler on the Broncos to start, even though Peyton Manning was healthy. But anyways, Peyton Manning single-handedly beat the Panthers. Panthers became irrelevant after that. There's just so many teams. Like the first time the Bengals made the Super Bowl, Boomer Esiason became irrelevant after that. It's just a curse. Like, unless you're like that franchise that loses like the Patriots and you've already won recently, you just tend to fall into irrelevancy. Falcons too, yes, exactly. Just became completely irrelevant. Made to the Super Bowl, and they got kicked in the dick harder than anyone has ever been kicked in the dick in Super Bowl history. And oh my God, where have they been since? Thank you for being the divisional round loss to the Eagles the following year and helping the Eagles get to the Super Bowl. I will forever have a special fondness in my heart for the Falcons for doing that. They followed up their Super Bowl choke job with that performance at the Link. Thank you. Falcons are still recovering to this day. I don't think they'll ever recover from that. I don't think if I was a fan of the Falcons, I don't think I could ever recover from that. And speaking of fans having to recover, let's talk about what the Ravens did yesterday, or what I should say that Tua and the Dolphins did yesterday. Holy shit, was that a choke job or just a big comeback? Hey, I'll be the first to say it. I thought Tua was on the road to mediocrity, and I was just talking about to that with someone earlier today. In one of the comments in my videos or the post I made on YouTube. I thought Tua was honestly on the road to mediocrity. He got his dick kicked in the dirt pretty bad in the first half. 2 interceptions. Ravens were completely in control of the game. It was like 28-7 in the first half, if I remember correctly. Had a 3 touchdown lead in the fourth quarter, and you end up losing. You put up 38 points on offense, and Lamar Jackson, that was probably one of the best complete games he's had in his career, and it was wasted. It was wasted because all anyone's ever going to be talking about is Tua's 6 touchdowns, how Tyreek Hill and Waddle just completely beast moded the entire second half of that game, both with a pair of touchdowns. Waddle getting the game-winning touchdown, and honestly, I think Patriots fans are a lot more quiet recently because they're seeing what the Dolphins are doing down there. The Patriots fans, a lot of them, and I heard a lot of them out there getting on their high horses and all the controversy and getting caught for cheating and losing draft picks. And they're like, the LOL Fins, they're pointing and laughing. I'm like, you ain't going to be laughing when Hill and Waddle come in and bust your ass up at Foxborough. Like, I want to see how loud they're laughing after that. Ray Lewis almost came out of retirement. He should have. And I just like you have rookie corners covering Waddle and Hill. Like there's some rookie corner on the Ravens. I forget his name, and like he was on like Tyreek Hill almost the entire second half. I'm like, who is this guy that they have confidence in him? My God. Like he just and just like single man coverage too. I'm like, what the hell are they thinking? Like that's how you ruin. If there's any promise in that kid, that's how you ruin. That's how you ruin a young up and comer's career. Anyway, it was a huge meltdown. But I want to say the more impressive thing is what Tua did, because it's one thing to melt down, but it's one thing to be a quarterback that hasn't accomplished much of anything. Was getting throttled pretty hard in the first half. Like, I mean, he looked garbage. Like Tua looked garbage in the first half. Threw up 2 picks. I mean, and you're playing on the road in Baltimore, and you come out in the second half and you look that damn good. Like, I'm sorry, but there's an air of specialness about Tua right now. I mean, I know it's just one game and we're 2 games into the season for the Dolphins, but it's like you keep your 2 stud receivers healthy in Waddle and Hill, and dare I say that Dolphins may actually do playoff? Damn it, playoffs! We're talking about playoffs. Yeah, I didn't think like I know a lot of people were on the hype train when the Dolphins signed Hill, but I'm like, yeah, but like Tua hasn't proven to be a legit quarterback in this league. But now it's like, well, hold on a second, legitimacy may be confirmed. But we'll see. It's early on the season and a lot can happen. All right, let me see where did the underthrow. Oh, did Tua underthrow like Tyreek on those throws because his arm? Oops, sorry, my cursor's in the way. Because his arm's weak, week, or because he's just inaccurate. I don't know. I think it's it could be a little bit the above. It could be a little bit that they haven't played much together. And that's the thing is like, how good is Tua ultimately when he adjusts to how good his players are? Because Tyreek Hill is a special receiver. Like there's, it's hard to practice with a Tyreek Hill type receiver because there's very few like him. Like Tua's never had any receiver as gifted as Tyreek Hill. So it might just be like, they just have to work out the kinks, get their timing a little bit better. But yeah. Vikings versus Eagles thoughts tonight, and I am streaming during the game. Scarecrow. If you guys missed it, I'm doing just a quick little live stream here because I'm streaming the game tonight, or I'm live stream of me as you watch the game in my glasses, as old live streams were. And I'm testing out a Chromebook here that I've never streamed on before. I just want to make sure it was up and running. So yeah. My thoughts on the games tonight are, there's plenty of points of interest. It's gonna be interesting to see how a certain ex player from the Eagles gets treated with a warm welcome, which I'm sure he's gonna be getting just roses thrown at his feet tonight, and see if Justin Jefferson is gonna just clown the shit out of us. My thoughts on the GTA 6 leak. I actually have in my queue to watch Video Game Donkey's video about the GTA 6 leak, and I didn't hear anything about it, but that I am going to watch that later today. Why am I using Sam Hyde glasses? It's a very good question. I don't know. Actually, I just got these glasses recently, and they're bigger lenses that I can see better with, and I'm old, and they have like the bifocal things in the bottom of them. I'm old as dirt, but when you get to be 65, you need glasses like this too. So yeah, don't know anything about the GTA 6 leak right now. Almost said link again. Life update for those of you who didn't hear or you missed the quick little 40-second video. Shame on you if you didn't have the time to watch it. Girl Fiend is pregnant with our third child. Thank you in advance. Anyway, don't know if it's a boy or a girl. Baby's coming in November. So new dog is okay. Hope all is well with Girl Fiend and the family. Thank you, Miracle. Everything is fine. The pregnancy's going well. I'm doing my best to sympathetically carry the extra load that my wife is carrying in her tummy right now. Yes, 3 kids. Thank you, Scarecrow. 3. I'll probably be another boy, and we'll be rolling quad deep with boys in this house. Cinco deep if you count the dog. Right now, the only females are my wife and other dog, the black dog, who is over there sleeping, as she does all day. Oh, thank you, Brennan, for the super chat, whatever they call that when you get the money. Those are, of course, for the Archfiend Future Baby Fund. Thank you very much, Brennan. You're going to have your own football team. Yep. And none of them are going to be playing for the Dallas Cowboys. I hope it's a girl. I hope so too. Just to change things up. I'll take a boy or a girl, obviously, but just to change things up and get some variety in this house and get a little sanity for my wife to at least have a female to relate to in the household. That'd be more balancing. The force will be a bit more balanced in this end of the galaxy. So we'll talk more football tonight. Let's talk about the MCU, huh? Let's do a little random discussion about the MCU. Has anyone seen She-Hulk? Because I've been watching every episode of that, and my God, is that a putrid show. Moon Knight was putrid. Moon Knight would have been a good show if, Moon Knight was actually in it more than 6 total minutes in the entire first season. um, oh, Scarecrow, your comment got hidden because you said the S word. Anyway, this She-Hulk show is just I don't know what audience they're aiming for there, and I don't know. I feel like they're just trying to crowbar in gender diversity in a lot of these shows, and not there's anything wrong with having diverse genderism in media production, but with the part where like I'm watching the first episode, and you have like I've even committed her name to memory because that's how relevant the show is in my mind. So, anyways, Hulk's cousin, she's the cousin of Bruce Banner, and he's talking to her about how to you got to learn to control your anger, to control the Hulk. You don't want to get overcome with emotion. And she's like, I overcome emotion every day. I'm a woman. I have to put up with being catcalled and doing all this other stuff. And she's like, I do control an emotion for a living, Bruce. Like, bitch, you're talking to a guy whose wife just died, and you're gonna say like, oh, I get catcalled, Bruce. Your wife died? Well, I get catcalled. Walk a day in my shoes. Like, what? Like how does Bruce Banner not just counter with that, like saying like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, Mrs. Under Pressure. I don't know anything about that, because like she cops an attitude with him, like pressure. I deal with pressure on a daily basis, bit. Like, shut up. Oh, sorry, my stream froze there for a second. Anyways, and Kim Wheeler would kicks her ass. Oh, Kim Wexler. Wexler. The scene in Endgame kills me. Okay, wait. I didn't finish reading this comment, but I think this guy's gonna say the same thing that I have a problem with. All right, let me finish reading this comment now. The scene in Endgame kills me, where Spidey's getting beat up, and all of a sudden, only woman, yes. I have the same problem, and there's one thing, extended problem I have with this scene, where where Spider-Man is getting beat up in Endgame, and all of a sudden, magically, even though the fighting was interspersed, and you saw all these characters interspersed over the wreckage of the Avengers compound, at this specific moment in time, every single female protagonist, which I think there was 8 at the time, 8 female protagonists just happened to be there at the right place at the right time, and you show them all getting ready to fight up. Now, my one other quibble with this scene is you see Mantis going like, who the hell is she beating up from Thanos' crew? She is the most absolutely passive character in the MCU, and she's like was she gonna put everyone, like touch everyone and put them to sleep immediately? Like, what the hell would Mantis have done? How did Mantis not die in that battle? How did Thanos not hold her head up, being like, here's what's her face, and just throw it into a cliff? Like, what the hell? So yeah. And okay, let's go on to another movie in the MCU that I watched last week, because I'm not paying to watch any MCU movies in the theater right now because they're on Disney Plus within 2 months, and I have Disney Plus for my kids. So I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. Okay, so now this is along the lines of when Star Wars decided to go the route of, we can do damage by using the warp drive and ships to drive and crash through things. When you had the hell's the commander's name from The Last Jedi? The tall lady that was the lawyer in the the other movie with Adam Driver. The Netflix movie with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. Anyways, the lawyer lady from that, who's also in The Last Jedi, that I'm completely forgetting the name, but she won the Oscar for that movie. Anyway, I'm stuck on trying to remember her name. Anyways, when her ship is running out of fuel to get away from the Empire or the First Order in that movie, and everyone else, Princess Leia and everyone else is escaping to the planet where the rebel base is, and she turns around the ship and hits the warp drive, and it just destroys all the First Order ships. Now, Star Wars has never gone there, and I can remember being as a kid going like, they have the Death Star, and I'd be like, well, why don't they just like, send a bunch of ships at the Death Star with their warp drives on, and maybe have them have time bombs and have the warp drive configured to stop right in the center of the Death Star, and poof, movie over. So I figured like it's like, that's like a thing like, you can't just go there because it ruins Star Wars. And then they actually did it. Okay. So anyways, bringing this point full circle, Thor, Love and Thunder did just that. Like they ruined, as far as I'm concerned, Thor, Love and Thunder ruins the entire Thor cinematic universe. When, why am I forgetting the name of Natalie Portman? Jesus Christ. I don't know why I can't think of the names of female actresses today. Anyways, Natalie Portman sees the wreckage of Thor's hammer that gets crushed and destroyed by Thor's sister. And it calls to her, it comes back together, and she becomes Lady Thor. Okay, so now here's where I have a problem with this. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, like, but no, they showed in that flashback scene where Thor and Natalie Portman are sitting on the couch and she's passed out, and he tells the hammer, always keep a look after her, always watch after her. Okay, so it's like, okay, there, the hammer, and then you see the logo enchant on it the same way it did when Odin said it to, like, only be held by one worthy enough to rule the kingdom. Anyway, so you see that happen. So of course, of course it's going to go to Natalie Portman. It's been commanded to protect her. Okay. Why does she automatically become an ass-kicking Thor machine? Like, the whole understanding of Thor is that he was raised to be a warrior. He was refined in his abilities by combat. Natalie Portman was a scientist. Just because she gets the hammer, she becomes an ass-kicking godlike machine. And so you might be like, well, no, the power comes from the hammer. Okay, let's go with that then. Then why does everyone in Thor's clan not have hammers like that? Why don't they have dark matter weapons? Like, it doesn't have to be a hammer. Why doesn't Thor or Odin go to nowhere, tell Ivitri, whatever Mitri, Ivitri, whatever it was, the guy in nowhere that crafts the weapons. Why does he tell him just like, hey, give all my crew weapons that are dark matter weapons so that we can kick ass, and they can automatically be super ass kicking machines? And it's like, well, it doesn't work like that, because earlier Thor gets established in Infinity War of saying, because he's talking about with the Guardians of the Galaxy, or talking to him, and specifically Rabbit, as he called Rocket, is saying how, like, Thor's going to go to nowhere and get a weapon crafted to defeat Thanos. And he said, well, you simply could not wield a weapon like that. A mortal man like you, it would crush your soul. You would not have the power to do it. Similar to the way, like, no one could pick up Thor's hammer. But then again, that was more of the enchantment of the hammer given to it by Odin. And why you then see Captain America being able to pick it up. But anyway, my whole point is that they made it sound like these weapons were only, like, a hammer was only for those that were like the strongest of souls. And it's like, well, then how does Natalie Portman able to carry the hammer? Just because it was told to? Well, then, okay, craft these weapons and then have Odin or Thor be like, this is for you, Alex. This is for you, Pete. This is for you, Carl. And like, everyone has dark matter weapons. Like, what? So anyways, the point is that Thor, Love and Thunder, it ruined the whole Thor cinematic universe. Okay, what do you think about that? I'm going to say it. Endgame sucks as a movie. Ending is great for the series. Yeah, I love those two movies. I love those two movies, but Endgame, as much as I say it's a good movie, is so lacking compared to Infinity War. So lacking. Fat Thor is just whatever, and the ending is great, and I think it has some of the greatest singular scenes. Like, I'm sorry, but I think the greatest scene in either one of those two movies, and there's many, is when Thanos is beating down Thor and you see the hammer move and you assume it's coming to Thor and it goes right to Captain America. And it's like, damn, why didn't I see this in the movie? Because that had to pop the audience so big. Like, I love that. Shit. I go back in time. I get some pin particles and go back in time. Anyway. Haven't seen Thor. Yeah, but hearing it's rough. Yeah, it was, and they're setting up the kiss of death for anything, and a lot of people like the Logan movie with baby Wolverine. I'm just like, I can't stand when you bring a little kid into the mix and you have to just suspend your disbelief and like, oh yeah, they're kicking ass. That's great. Anyways. Jump scare. I'm sorry. I slapped my leg right next to the camera here. My bad. Yeah. Endgame. I mean, for as minimally entertaining as Endgame was to the halfway point, the ending is phenomenal. I love it. I think those are the best two sequels of movies that have come out in quite some time. Like, I'm trying to think of what would even be on par with that. Because like, even like I love the Harry Potter series and the books and all that, but the first Deathly Hallows is part one is not that good, but part two is crazy good. Anyway, won't make the stream tonight work. Your job is more important than coming to a stream with me. You kidding me? But I hope it's just a good game. It's year 3. I'm still not sure about Hurts. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure about Hurts either. But this is either the year that Hurts makes it, or we're moving on from him. We're packaging up those first round picks, getting whatever hopefully is the best quarterback in the draft. You should just quit. I mean, unless you're the ruler of a country, why are you going to work tonight? I mean, honestly. I mean, straight simple. Anyway. Okay, let's finish off with a little bit of talk about. I plan on being only 10 minutes. It's been 30 minutes here. They pulled a GOT with infinite ending. The war in Ukraine. Oh, one of the things I love, and one of the main reasons why I made that one. I want to say it's the second last video I made about the Ukraine war. How I titled it, Russia is going to win or Russia is winning the war in Ukraine, whatever I titled it. I wanted to get as many Russian sympathizers and actual Russians commenting on this video, getting as much of their jargon spewing as possible, because we all know I'm going to make a YouTube let's all laugh at idiot comments, whatever. They're not really fanboys. I don't know what I would call it. But I'm obviously going to make a capture of those those comments, and I've seen some gems on other videos too. I would love to hear what all these Russian sympathizers are saying right now, when even Russian state-sponsored television is being critical of this war now, that they're losing territory. And I saw something on one of Jake Bro's videos. By the way, I think Jake Bro, Dennis Daridov, it's Laser Pig. Laser Pig makes incredible videos, even though he only makes like one video every other month. I forgot my train of thought here. Anyways, I've seen so many comments on their videos that I'm like, I might take comments from their videos as well to show just just the utter mental ineptitude and just the kissing of the feet of Russia. And to be fair, I understand, because you want to be loyal to Russia and the great leader, because that's how you get ahead in Russia. And that's the only way you get ahead in Russia. Like, let's be real. That's the only way you get ahead in Russia, is if you're going to like treat Putin like Jesus and wash his feet. I mean, that's pretty much the only way that you're getting ahead in Russia. The Eagles need to fire Howie Roseman, not just yet. Not just yet. He has amended for a few sins, but not just yet. But back to the war Ukraine. Jake Bro. Yeah, he had a video yesterday, and he showed a picture that showed the amount of land claimed or conquered, if you will, taken or pretty much given by the Ukrainians, because the Ukrainian strategy is to just let the Russians come up to you and keep retreating and inflict as much damage on them as possible as you're retreating out, because Ukraine needs to keep as many of their troops alive as possible. But anyways, Jake Bro showed a map that showed the amount of land captured by Russia in the last, it was either 3 or 4 months, compared to the amount of Ukraine recaptured land in the past week. And the land that Ukraine captured in the past week was like 6-tuple the times the amount of land that Russia has gotten in just the past 4 months. Like that's insane if you think about it, that this so-called number 2 world power as far as military might goes is just getting kicked in the dirt worse than the Ravens, worse than the Bengals yesterday, worse than anyone you want to point, worse than the Falcons in the Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 51. Is it 51? 51, yeah. Anyway, and just hearing those Russian loyalists have to doubt their supreme leader now and say like, oh, is it okay to criticize him yet now? Because I've been doing nothing but washing his feet. Anyway, I want the Eagles to get Joe Burrow or Lamar. I am not feeling Joe Burrow so far this season, but I know it's early on, but they did a lot to really adjust their O-line problems, and it looks like Joe Burrow hasn't adjusted his offense up a notch at all. But anyway, in Cincinnati. But anyway, Cincinnati and Baltimore bringing Brinks trucks for those guys. They're gonna have to. I mean, they already brought the Brinks truck to Lamar, and he turned him down, and he's gambling on himself. But man, it's like I said yesterday, man, he played one of the best complete games that you're going to see him play, and they still took an L. And that's why it's like, it's a shame, because I think their record is going to cost him potentially millions, because they're going to be like, well, we lost this many games with you at quarterback. But it's like yesterday, what more did you want Lamar to do to win the game? Like, shit, man. You can't help it. Your defense gave up 5 touchdowns in the second half. Like, shit. Anyway, since his O-line still sucks, yeah. I know he got 6 sacks. Was it 6 or 7? I think he got 6 last night, if I'm remembering. I might be thinking of Matty Ice. I may be confusing the two. Both got sacked quite a bit. Anyway. And honestly, props to the Dallas Cowboys. Anytime you win without your starting quarterback and you're not favored in the game, that's a big win. You know, I wish I could throw shade on the Cowboys. I love you too, Sparky Magoo. I've always said that you're my all-time favorite, no matter what these guys have said here. Everyone here hates you, but I said that's my all-time favorite. Don't talk bad about him, guys. Anyways, you love my videos. Thank you, Jacob. I love your videos too. Do you make videos? Anyway, 6. Oh, it was 6. Okay, 6 sacks. Okay. Any thoughts on your job? Well, what is your job, Spooky McGee? A little teaser for tonight. Speaking of job, I will be talking about tonight a Super Bowl winner on the Philadelphia Eagles, who still plays on the Eagles, that I met in person and talked extensively about the Super Bowl because he was at my job this past summer. So I'll be giving you a discussion about that and proof, photographic proof that it actually happened, and I'm not just bullshitting with you. And it was probably one of the most special moments of my life, next to my children being born. I mean, guy won a Super Bowl. My kids haven't won a Super Bowl, right? Anyway, just kidding. Just kidding. Hold on. Oh, man, some update just popped up and blocked half the chat. Okay. Oh, any thoughts on my Jets? I thought you said any thoughts on my job. Why did I read that wrong? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Spurky Magoo. Archfiend cannot read. I did. The problem is your text wasn't on the bifocal portion, so I read that as any thoughts on my job, and then I went into a whole diatribe about how I'm talking about how I met the Super Bowl winner Eagle about. Oh my God, boy, did that derail. Any thoughts on your Jets? Good on them. They're taking care of business so far. Nothing special, nothing too worrisome. I mean, it doesn't look like they'll be picking in the top 10 this year for once, hopefully, maybe. Anyways, thoughts on the Lions. They look ... good. They look good is correct. They got a running game that I'm not telling you who it is just yet, Milkman. They got a running game that you got two guys that can get you very decent yardage, and I think they're gonna really make some gains with that. Jared Goff is okay, but they don't look like they're gonna be horrible. They beat the team formerly known as the R word, and they made Carson Wentz look like a chump. So I mean, no complaints about that. There was a I'm not going to try to find it. I'll find it maybe for tonight's game. Hogs Nation on Twitter posted a thing, something about, I forget. They talked trash about the Lions in some way, and then they ended up about what they did in week 1, and then came back to smack them in the face week 2. Anyways, not sure if you're bullshitting about the bifocal glasses, if your eyesight is my eyesight getting worse. My eyesight, I was born, for those of you who don't know, I was born blind in this eye. Like, if you can't believe me, it will show the vision difference. Like, that's bad eye, good eye, bad eye, good eye. Okay, I don't know if you can tell much of a difference there. I've had some vision restored in this eye to the point that, technically, see, this is the thing about people. There's some people that claim to be blind when you're just legally blind. Like, I am still legally blind in this eye. I can see enough, like if I don't have glasses on, I can see where I'm going and stuff like that. Because I can tell you right now, there's people that claim to be blind that are just legally blind. And, you still see enough to get around in life. But anyways, I am still legally blind in this eye. My vision is always bad. But I mean, I'm 65 years old, so of course my vision's getting worse. Anyways, we just witnessed momentary archfiend vision. I said monetary archfiend vision. I was like, what does that mean? Momentary makes a lot more sense, Miracle. And the text is so small here. You know what? I'm going to hit the settings here. If they have something where it says I can change the size of the text, that would be great. Okay, there's not. Old ass people like me are stuck with small text in the chat room. Thanks a lot, YouTube, you inconsiderate pricks. Okay, fine. We'll end things with YouTube drama, I guess. I don't know. I don't know any YouTube drama off the top of my head. I was just throwing that out there for nostalgia. What's a current YouTube drama? Maybe I can comment about something. Someone comment about a YouTube drama, and we'll end on that note. Washington football team greater than the commies. Forgot Wentz was on the football team. Yeah, well, a lot of people are gonna Kafal's doxine. Not sure what that is. Completely blind in my left eye and legally blind in my right eye. I can only read the Big E on the vision charts. I still can't read the Big E on the vision charts with my right eye. And that's actually how they found out. H3 as usual. Yeah, they're always in some dramatic shit. That's how they actually found out. Like, they didn't know I couldn't see in this eye when I was a kid till it was like a vision test at school. And like I'd been to the pediatrician before, for kindergarten, and they just do like a vision test of all the kids. I guess that's how they did it back in the 1950s. So when I had the first vision test at school, they said, hey, my mother had the note for years. It came back, says he cannot read the Big E with his right eye. So that's how they knew. And it was up Schitt's Creek with this eye. And then I spent years of going to Wills Eye Hospital in Philadelphia, which is now Jefferson Hospital. I think it's bought by Jefferson. Anyways. So yes, I feel your pain. Lavi Lav. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyways. Remember when H3 was good? I know H3 used to be the shit. And that's the thing that kills me. It's like, you have such a good thing going. You just get in the mix of dramatic shit and go the political route and all this other jargon and blah, blah, blah. You got operated on in Wills Eye. Okay, so you're from this area then, local guy. Or, well, actually, no, that's not, I was going to say you might have come in from somewhere, because I know Wills Eye is one of the premier eye hospitals. Did you come in, Larry, or Lavi? I'm just calling you Larry, because I see Larry. My eyes are so bad. From a fellow similar eye-sighted guy, traveled from New Jersey. Okay, well, so did I. I traveled from New Jersey as well to go to Wills Eye. So I was raised in New Jersey. So there you go. We're practically neighbors, Larry. Just call me Lavender. Okay. Lavender Larry, I remember you. You're the guy that sold cigarettes outside of school. I remember you. Anyway. Never looked at H3 the same after I found out his Vape Nation vid, the big one, was just a Filthy Frank bit he threw out. You know, as much as I liked H3 back in the day, and to this day, I never watched the Vape Nation video. I don't know. I saw it come out and I was just like, Vape Nation. I was like, okay, next. And that was back in an era when I was watching everything they made, because that was back in the days where he was doing stuff with JonTron, because they both lived in New York City and all that. But yeah, anyways. Thanks for the hangout, Arch. Greetings from the armpit known as England. Oh, rest in peace to the Queen. There, that's my condolences. I can't stand all this peripheral shit with the Queen. Like Meghan Markle and Carson Wentz were holding hands during the solemn ceremony as his brother in front of him was somber and kept his arms at his side. Like, oh, shut the hell up. Oh my God, they spin drama out of like the most cromulent things, to use a word from The Simpsons. Anyways, used to see the Phantom Flyers. Oh, used to see the Phantom Flyers facility every day. We used to go ice skating there when I was a kid. In is it Lumberton? Was it? Yeah, Lumberton, I think it was. Anyways, what if Chris Angel pops out of the Queen's coffin? I go to that viewing. I love how everyone calls him Carson Wentz. The only way I remember him is his name's Prince Harry, because he's the one with hair, and Prince Philip is the one who's bald as shit. Prince Philip makes me feel better for the lack of hair on my head. I look at him, I'm like, phew, I didn't look like that when I was 25. And I know he's not 25 now, but like when he was 25, he had like nothing on the top center of his head. I'm like, damn, you didn't get your father's genes. Your mom didn't seem to be thin in hair. But anyways, greetings from Canada. Hello, neighbor to the north. Wentz has a ring for being a bench warmer. Yep. And I always throw out this random trivia question. What team did Jim McMahon get his second Super Bowl ring from? Someone's just going to Google it and ruin it. But answer quickly. If you don't answer near the next 10 seconds, then your answer doesn't count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All answers after this are null and void. Jim McMahon. Well, I'll give. If anyone wants to give an honest guess, I'll just let it sit here till anyone guess. He got his first ring with the Bears, as we all know. Forgot those Bills. Foreman Mills. Forget those Bills. Foreman Mills. Never been to a Foreman Mills because I hear like you buy clothes there and you wash it and then you don't have clothes anymore. But anyway, the correct answer, Jim McMahon won his second Super Bowl ring on not the Cowboys, and no one said that. He never got a second Super Bowl ring. Yes, he did, because he was Brett Favre's backup quarterback on the Packers. He won his second Super Bowl ring on the Packers. But like, how did that? No one say not the Cowboys. Like, Jesus, what are you? You guys like? Do you ever watch my videos before? God, your first time here? Jeez, not one of you said not the Cowboys. -2 Archfiend points for everyone in the chat. I'm writing down everyone's name. You all got -2 points. What's with you guys? I come in a live stream and you guys just aren't ready. Did everyone have their coffee today? Damn. What's your problem? It's okay, I forgive you. It's early. And this is just like a little ragtag group here we got going. -2. It's at least 0.69. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. See you here tonight. Except you, what was your name? I forget. Scroll up. Where are you at? Unbroken Angel, which, by the way, I've seen you here for years. And apparently your job is just more important tonight. You know, some people have jobs that are more important than me. But anyways, see you all here tonight. I'll be talking about that discussion, peace and love. I'll be talking about the discussion I have with an Eagles Super Bowl champion. Talk to him about Tom Brady, about the team, about the prospects going forward, and photographic proof that actually I'm just realizing might be a little bit doxing, which I might have to censor a little bit. But anyway, stay tuned. Justine will be making a special appearance at the halftime. It's going to be like that. Okay, oh shit, I shouldn't go there. Anyways, I was going to comment about a certain Twitch streamer that had a certain act live on camera during a live stream, and people were all in a kerfuffle because she didn't get outright banned. But I'll let you fill in the holes there. But I'm just kidding. That won't happen at halftime. Anyways, Justine will be there, but it will be a wholesome sit-down discussion over tea and crumpets, and we will be talking about Prince Philip, Prince Harry, Meghan Markle. That's my ringtone, by the way. On that note, phone's ringing. You'll have this song in your head the rest of the day. Bye, guys.